Hi everyone, welcome back to Wrestling Fun with Father and Son. I'm Father Matt, and this is Son,
Hi.
and this is the week of WWE. This is our look back NXT recap. Let's say this is the NXT recap, 25th of the 9th, 2019. And I've got to say, Kai, this episode will have limited commercial interruptions. That is the buzzwords that they were saying for it the whole NXT show, the first and the second hour on both the USA Network and the WWE Network, that they kept plugging next week's show as being limited commercial interruptions. All they kept saying. It's a bit like when they first had the network and they kept going on about how it was $9.99. Obviously they go 2 weeks onto the USA Network next week to then compete against AEW. So let's hope that there is limited AEW interruption, because I think that's going to be a quite good show as well. Anyway, I would say hour one was on the USA Network. Started off with the Undisputed Era standing on this sort of high rise in the Full Sail University sort of arena, holding up the gold, showing off the gold to the whole arena and that, because now they have dominated NXT with all the belts. Then we go to the first match. It was Keith Lee versus Dominik Dijakovic. It's a bit of a mouthful for me to say. I struggle with names, Kai, as we already know. Yes, it's a nice hard hitting match. Keith Lee is quite impressive, to be honest, for this man of his size. He actually went and won the match. So yeah, he's on a little bit of a roll at the minute. And yeah, it was quite a cool little opening. Then we had Dakota Kai, same as your name, versus Tainara, which was a very quick match, so we'll just gloss over that a little bit. Dakota Kai won. Let's say it was a very, very quick match. Then we get to the main event of hour one, which was Matt Riddle versus Killian Dane in a street fight. A bit like last week, but this time it was for a #1 contendership match for Adam Cole's NXT title. And again, this is what we had last week, a bit of a hard-hitting match. They fought through the crowd. They went through a sort of wall type thing. This sort of Matt Riddle was standing in front of this sort of like black wall, and Killian Dane sort of threw and cross-bodied him through. It was quite a nice spot. They also went for a table as well, but it was Matt Riddle who got the win in the end with an armbar submission. So he is now the #1 contender for against Adam Cole. I think it's next week as well when they go on the USA Network for the 2 hours. So I think it's going to be a good match, that one. It's possible that Matt Riddle might actually win the NXT title. What about that, Kai? That'd be quite interesting as well if they did that. I like Matt Riddle. He's a quite cool little wrestler, and he is a great personality as well. After that, Adam Cole then came down to sort of taunt Matt Riddle by sort of saying you'll never get this belt, all that and the other. Only for then Matt Riddle to apply an armbar to Adam Cole. And just like last week I reported, they said there was a few injuries coming out last week with like the Velveteen Dream with his back and that sort of thing. This week they've said that Adam Cole has a shoulder injury. So I'm starting to lean towards them more story based than actual real injuries. So yeah, that was the first hour. So there was only 3 matches, but they were quite cool matches. Then we went on to the WWE Network for the second hour. It was Rhea Ripley versus Kaden Carter.
And Kaden Carter did a cartwheel on
the on the entrance did a cartwheel. That's right, Kai. Again, this was like a standard little women's match. To be fair, Rhea Ripley got the win. So yeah. Then we had a tag team match. It was Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Ever Rise, which was Matt Martell and Chase Parker. Again, another standard tag team match. I'm not really going to go into depths about it, to be honest. Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch won the match. I'm quite impressed by Ever Rise. They do remind me of kind of, and they did make note of this, they did kind of throw back to some of them sort of Canadian sort of tag teams from the early 90s, like the Mounties, that sort of thing. I did think they did have a little bit of a resemblance to them as well, so it's nice to see that old school type wrestling come back a little bit. Then we had Cameron Grimes versus Raul Mendoza. This again, as we remember last week, Cameron Grimes got a very quick stomp win, a leaping stomp I think is what they call it. He tried it again, he ran straight at Raul Mendoza and tried that jump, but Mendoza sort of moved out of the way and sort of said, I watched you last week and I know what you're going to do. They had a nice little back and forward match, but it was Cameron Grimes who did get that leap and stomp and he did get the win. So again, it was a nice little match as well. I was quite impressed with Raul Mendoza. He was quite good in this match. Then we get to the main event of the second hour, which was Imperium, which was Wolf, Bartel and Eichner versus Kushida and Breezango, where his tag team, yes, Tyler Breeze and Fandango, a 6-man tag. I was really impressed with this match. I really liked this match. I thought that the Imperium were very ruthless as well, isolating Tyler Breeze at one point, and they built up the hot tag, he was desperately trying to get that tag, only to nearly get it, and the other two members of Imperium pulled off Fandango and Kushida off the apron, and he sort of missed it. He built it up, and the crowd popped as soon as Fandango got the tag. And I just thought, this is old school wrestling. This is how you do it. They worked the match really, really well. I thought they did that build up really, really well of that comeback, and it was Kushida and Breezango who got the win. It was Kushida who got this sort of rolling sort of pin with a bridge. I can't remember what you call it. It's sort of a roll up with a bridge, and he got the win that way. Like I say, really, really good match. I was really, really impressed with this. And then at the very end, as Kushida's walking up to the ramp celebrating, Walter comes out and big boots him, and then Imperium stand over Kushida as he's laid out on the floor. And that was the end of NXT. So again, another solid NXT episode. Really, really good. Yeah, next week it's going to get more intense for us next week, because we're going to have another review program, because there's another show that goes head to head with NXT. What is it, Kai?
AEW.
Yep, AEW starts next week as well on a Wednesday, and I think you'll find SmackDown goes to a Friday, so at least it's spread out a little bit more. So the schedule for next week will be the Raw Summer Review will be on Tuesday, because that's when we can do that Tuesday morning, and we'll record it Tuesday morning and have it uploaded probably in the morning. And then we will have NXT and AEW's review up on Friday. That'll be when we do that. And then SmackDown this week will have to be Sunday next week as well. So we will get them out. It's going to be a little bit more intense, like I say. We're going to have to record a little bit more, but that's what we like to do. We like to watch wrestling, and I think next week's going to get really, really good, especially with AEW now pushing NXT to the max now with this so-called war that they're having, Wednesday Night War. Yep. So we will have what I'm calling the Explosive Elite Review, because it's Dynamite. It's called All Elite Wednesday Night Dynamite. So I thought Explosive was a good name for it. It's the Explosive Elite Review. Good, isn't it? And then we're going to have a new video. I've got to do the video for that as well, the intro videos and all that stuff. So yeah, NXT this week. I thought it was really, really good, Kai. I thought it was another solid, good show. I think they're the bar at the minute, and I think that all the other shows have to beat NXT. Like I said, that six-man tag was, I think, brilliant. I thought it was a really good work match, and I really liked the build up to the hot tag. But yeah, so anyway, if you like the video, please like, comment and subscribe, and we will see you in that next video, which will be the Rawsome Review, which will be Tuesday. So I'll say goodbye, and say goodbye, Kai.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.